Still got a few people joining here, so we'll give it another few seconds.
Sounds good.
Hi, Jerry. Great to see you again.
Hi, great to see you or to have you as well. I'm spotlighted, so I can't see you, but like, hi. Thank you for being here again. It's exciting.
All right, well, I think we can go ahead and get started here. Welcome and thank you all for joining us for another one of our Aptus Court Reporting's Wellness Wednesday series. We are very lucky and excited to have yogi and life coach Jerry Givens here again with us today. I think this might be his fourth time joining us, maybe five. And he is going to lead us through a quick 30-minute yoga practice that we can do literally from the comfort of our chairs or yoga ball, whatever, whatever you guys choose. Um, and before we get started, just a quick little housekeeping. As you can tell, we are not on webinar mode here. So we ask that you please put yourselves on mute while Jerry is going through the session. But of course, we will open it up at the end. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, we would love to hear from you. We will also be recording this to host on our YouTube channel. So hopefully you can come back to that as often as you like. But enjoy the practice and thank you for being here, Jerry.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Brooke, and thank you, Aptus, for bringing me back once again. It's great to have some of you back again with me. It's my fourth time doing Wellness Wednesday for Aptus, and I'm thrilled to be here again. So for those of you who are newer to the practice of chair yoga, I'm going to just give you a little bit of background on why it is and then how we're going to use it in this context. So chair yoga was originally developed for people who are limited in their mobility. So getting on a yoga mat and doing a bunch of crazy things, or not crazy things, isn't something they can do. And so chair yoga was adapted from regular yoga to create exercises that people could do when they don't have the normal accessibility of a person who's fully abled. Um, Now, several years ago, myself and some other people, we adapted chair yoga and we looked at what do people who are sitting all the time need? You know, I have a background in corporate. I've worked in hospitality. I've worked in tech. I've run businesses. And so I know what it's like to have to sit at a chair all day because you're trying to be busy. You're trying to be productive. You are out there doing stuff in the world. And especially working from home, we tend to be sitting a lot because there's less impetus to get up and move around. And so these exercises are great for you to insert into your day when you feel like you need to alleviate any tension from the habitual movement or posture of sitting. And so I'm going to present them to you in a sequence that does have a level of a building up and slowing down to it. But if there's something that we do today that feels good to you, maybe make a note of that and return to it. Again, this is being recorded, so you can actually return to the whole class if you'd like. But anything I teach you right now is something that you could just kind of pick out and do on your own whenever you'd like to. Sound good? All right. So go ahead and just sit comfortably for a moment. You can even slide to the back of your chair. We're just going to go inward for just a couple of minutes to kind of turn off the outer world, turn on the inner world. It's part of this wellness. And take a deep breath in and out and allow your eyes to close. And feel your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair. And notice your breath moving your body. So inhale, feeling the rib cage, maybe the belly expand. And exhale, feeling all of that relax. And then just for a few rounds of breath, let's see if we can make this expansion and contraction of the body just a little bit bigger. So some deeper breaths. So with your next inhale, fill the lungs to near capacity. You're not going to strain at all, just take it to the point where it feels full. And then exhale, relax the breath. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale out. Breathing through your nose if you can. Deep breath, inhale. And out. One more, just for good measure. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Good. Allow your breath to adjust. And allow your eyes to open, bringing yourself back to your space. Now, if you're not already there, please slide to the edge of your chair. This will help to make sure that you can sit tall on your sits bones. And I have my feet and knees about hip width apart with my heels stacking underneath my knees. Okay, this will just make sure we have a very stable base. And we'll start with some arm extensions. So relax your arms down by your side, and we'll try to move with the breath. So with your inhale, lift the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, relax the arms down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the arms overhead or reach. Exhale, relax. Let's do a couple more of these. Reaching up, inhale. Exhale, relaxing the arms down. Then inhale, reach the arms overhead. Once they're overhead, interlace your fingers and press the palms away from your head, reaching through the wrists. Sorry. Good. Taking some deep breaths here, feeling length in the sides of the body. And one thing you might notice as you're reaching through the arms is that you start to back bend a little bit in your lower back. See if you can avoid doing that. And a way to think about helping to not do that is to tuck your tailbone under just a little bit, and you'll feel your navel pull back towards your spine, so the core becomes engaged. Keep reaching upwards. Feel the tail tucking under a little bit. Breathe. Try not to clench your teeth here. Good. Take a deep breath in, reach. And exhale, release the arms on down. Take an adjusting breath. Maybe feeling some energy, feeling like you're waking up a little bit. We're going to do another exercise that's similar to that one. So go ahead and take the arms overhead again. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms away from your head. Again, engage the core. So pull the navel back toward the spine a little bit and tuck the tailbone under to make sure that you're not back bending in your lower back. So reaching through the wrists. With an inhale, just go ahead and tilt the upper body to your right. It's like a slight tilt. We're not falling over here. And feel length along your left side. Maybe roll the left shoulder back, the top shoulder back slightly. Stay for about 2 more breaths. Good, then inhale, come up. Stay here. And then inhale, go ahead and tilt to the left. Again, just the upper body, so the rib cage. The hips stay grounded to the chair. You can think about taking the right shoulder back just a little bit and feeling deep breaths, expansion along the right side of your body. Good, 1 more breath. And inhale, come back up. And exhale, release the arms on down. Take a moment, feel sensation, circulation returning to the shoulders, the arms, the hands, that feeling of length or stretch along the sides of the body. Good, and then bringing your awareness back. You can keep facing forward. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my spine. It's things I never thought I'd say, you know, when I was when I was a kid. It's like, I'm gonna turn so you can see my spine. So sitting tall, hands resting on your thighs. We're gonna do some spinal flexes. So with your inhale, go ahead and roll the shoulders down the back, turn the heart or chest toward the ceiling and look up. With your exhale, roll the shoulders down, look down, rounding the upper back. Inhale, open back up again. Heart looks toward the ceiling, head lifts. Exhale, roll the shoulders down, looking down. Let's keep going. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Keep moving on your breath. And what you'll notice in my spine is that most of this movement is happening in the upper back. So kind of the point where the rib cage starts, so mid back to the crown of the head, actually. There's very little movement happening in the lower back here. This is helping to create mobility in the upper body, around the rib cage, the shoulders, the neck. When we sit for a while, this region of the body can become quite stressed or tensious. It just helps to give you some relief. So let's do it a few more times. Inhale, opening up, looking up. Exhale, rounding, looking down. Good. Now, as you inhale this time, looking up, open the chest toward the ceiling. We'll stay and take a few deep breaths here. Feeling the front of your chest expand and contract as you breathe. Good. And then go ahead and round the upper back. Shrug the shoulders forward, look down, and feel your shoulder blades widening. And take some deep breaths into your upper back. So feel the upper portion of the lungs fill, really creating space between the shoulder blades. Good. Then inhale, come back up to a neutral spine and relax your shoulders down. Feel sensation. You might sense some tenseness or relief of that tension. I know that sometimes I can start to feel it's called fascia, fascia like around my sternum where the ribs connect to the sternum. I can start feeling that kind of move around a little bit, which helps with breath capacity. Really great to do. All right, so this next one is a movement that's going to start off slower. And if you want to, I'll invite you to pick up the pace with both the breath and the movement. The kind of the rule at the end of the day is to do what you can do and go as slowly or quickly as you can. So still sitting at the edge of my chair, still having my feet and knees hip distance apart, heels stacking underneath the knees. Go ahead and take your hands on top of your shoulders, or as best you can. And I have the four fingers in front and the thumbs behind. Now with your next inhale, go ahead and twist to your right, looking as far to the right as you can. And with your exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, look to the right, twisting to the right. Exhale, twist to the left. Good, keep going. Inhale right and exhale left. Inhale right and exhale left. And be gentle with yourself here as you're twisting. Inhale right, exhale left. I understand that it's around the lunchtime, so you may have just eaten. So if it feels like there's not a lot of space to twist, then don't go that far. Just do your best. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Now you can keep going at this steady pace if you'd like to. There is the option to make the breath and movement quicker. So it could be, for example, inhale right, exhale left, in right, out left, in right, out left. If that's too much for you, if you're getting dizzy, moving the head around, twisting like this, just slow it down. It's okay to practice wherever you are at. Whichever version you're doing, it's inhale right, exhale left. We're gonna go a little bit longer. Now, if you are going quickly, let's slow it down again. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Right, left, right, left. And then inhale back to center, release the arms down. Maybe with the eyes closed this time, just feel sensation. You might feel your heart rate has picked up a little bit. You might be aware of your spine pretty strong here. It's likely that you're feeling something in the shoulders from holding the hands on the shoulders. Also might feel like the brain, the mind is a little bit clearer. Lifting of fog in the mind. Good, then take a deeper breath, coming on back. All right, so that was a little bit more of an energetic one. Great to do in the middle of the day when you're hitting that 2:30 point and you're like, can I make it to 5? So keep the feet and knees hip distance apart, heel stacking underneath the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. With your exhale, think about hinging at your hips and fold down over your thighs. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a strong, maybe even flat back. Lift yourself back up. Exhale, hinge at the hips again. Go ahead and fold forward and down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, coming all the way back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. It's just helping to relieve tension in the lower back. Exhale, folding down. It's also helping to strengthen your core. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding down. Let's do a few more of these, all right? Inhale, lifting. Exhale, folding. One more time. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold all the way forward. Let's come all the way back up. Inhale. And relax the arms on down. Good, good. All right, I'm going to ask you to change the position of your feet now. And so while we've had them hip width apart, I'd like you now to take them about a little bit wider than your shoulders. So my shoulders are right here. My knees are just outside of that. Okay? Make sure you're still sitting on the edge of your seat. And it's always a good rule to have the heel stacking directly underneath your knee. Because if you have it too far back, the knee becomes unstable. You have too far forward. You don't have the range of movement that we would like you to have. So watch me do this one a few times. The good news is there's no wrong way to do it, but the instructions might seem confusing. So I'm gonna have my hands just on my thighs. I have the fingers pointing inward, which allows my elbows to bend out, and I can play around with this mobility a little bit. So I'm just gonna fold forward, and then I'm just gonna swing my upper body to one side, and then swing my body to the other side. And we're just gonna keep swaying like this. And after a while, what you can do is you can start to twist a little bit. Bring a shoulder forward and one back, and the same on the other side. And so we're just kind of moving from side to side, but how you flow with your spine really depends on what you're feeling and how much you wanna do. So go ahead and let's join me. Fingertips pointing inward, hands on the thighs. Go ahead and bend the elbows out to the side, fold down. Maybe even drop the chin a little bit if that feels okay. And then just begin to swing from side to side. It's always good to start off with a more subtle movement. It is good to breathe, so breathe here. Maybe after a few rounds, you start to sway even further out to the sides. Maybe the head swings with you. It's kind of like a slow head banging. Try to keep the breath controlled, maybe a little deeper than normal. And again, you can start to get the shoulders involved. They start swaying around with you. Maybe you look to a side. Maybe you look to the other side. Breathing as you move. Moving as you breathe. And I love this exercise because whatever you're feeling in your spine, tension in your upper body, shoulders, neck, arms, this really invites some warmth or heat to those regions, helping to soothe out any tension that's being held there. This is one I come to all the time. From side to side. Let's go for just a little bit longer. Deep breath in and out. And then just go ahead and fold. It's sort of between the legs. Just take a moment here. And go ahead and press the hands into the thighs, straighten the arms, lifting yourself back up to a tall seat. And again, feel sensation in your body, your energetic state. And allow your awareness to come back. Good. So that's something interesting to mention about these exercises, that yes, we're alleviating tension in our bodies, but we can also affect our energetic states. So the last two exercises we did, the twisting from side to side, I should say, and then the one we just did where we swayed a bunch, are great ways to kind of boost your energy. It's kind of like a cup of coffee, or a caffeine shot to help wake you up a little bit, especially to connect to your body. So you have a couple more exercises to do. So go ahead and let's bring your feet and knees back to hip width apart, okay? And then sitting tall, take your arms out to the side. And then sweep your hands and arms in front of you. Have your right hand over your left, right over left. And then continue across and give yourself a hug, holding on to your shoulder blades or the outside of the arms. Now, if you can, inch the hands a little bit further into the hug, or as far as you can. Good. Now, already we're starting to feel the shoulder blades, the upper back, start to widen. We're going to help encourage that by lifting the elbows in front of you. And take deep breaths, helping to encourage that space in the upper back. And breathe. Keep lifting the elbows in front of you. And as you're lifting the elbows, just check in with your lower back. Make sure you're not swaying the lower back here. Keep it pretty flat or neutral. Maybe even think about tucking the tailbone under again. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and bring the elbows down and release the hug. Ooh, feel sensation. All right. So we have to do the other side. We did right over left last time. Now we do left over right. So take the arms out to the side, sweep them in front of you. Again, left over right, and then continue across and give yourself a hug, holding on to the shoulders. An inch further into the embrace if you can. Good. Now once you're there, just lift the elbows, and that helps to separate the shoulder blades, creating space in the upper back, which in addition to relieving tension, just helps you to have deeper breath capacity. better able to process oxygen and carbon dioxide. And take deep breaths into the upper back, feeling that back rib cage expand a little bit as you inhale. And stay for just a few more breaths. Relieving tension in the upper back. Good, deep breath in here. And exhale, release the elbows down. And unhug yourself. And feel sensation. You might feel it in your upper back. It might feel like there's some crunching happening in the upper chest and collarbones. And just to help that, just maybe do a couple spinal flexes, just like before. Opening the heart, inhale, rounding the back, exhale. Good. And then for our final posture, just take a deep breath in and exhale, fold over the legs. Hands can stay on the thighs. You can allow them to hang toward the floor. And stay for about 3 deep breaths. Good, then inhale, come back up to a tall seat. Hands on your thighs, have your eyes closed for a moment. Just taking a mindful moment here. So feel your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair. And a lot of what we've done today is to help increase your lung capacity so you can take deeper breaths more easily. So become aware of the breath in the body expanding and relaxing, and just notice if that feels different than it did at the beginning of our practice. Maybe it feels like there's more space. There might be a relief of tension. Might even be some soreness. You know, sometimes that tension, it takes a bit to get out of there. Maybe feel lighter. Some of the stuff we've done has been energizing. Maybe you feel like you have a little bit more energy. And then taking a deeper breath. Go ahead and bring your palms together in front of you. And rub the palms together, creating heat. And take the heated palms over your eyes. And then brush back over the top of your head, down the neck, bringing yourself back to your space. Good. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice today. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, these exercises can be done individually, or you can come back to it at a later time. I'll be online for a couple more moments. If you have questions or anything, I'd love to chat with you. But if not, I hope to see you again soon. Take care. You're so welcome. Are there any questions? You can unmute yourself if you'd like to. I can't see the chat. I can see things are popping up on the chat. Brooke, if anything in the chat is a question, can you just let me know what it is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Again, this is being recorded, so yeah, we will send a copy of that recording out to everybody, and it will be posted on our YouTube channel. So we can send you a link to that as well, but it'll be up there for you to access whenever you need.
Perfect, perfect. Great.
Just getting a lot of thank yous, and that was wonderful.
You're so welcome. I'll read them once we're done. I love the feedback. I'm glad that you all have enjoyed this practice and chair yoga in general. It's just a great thing to throw into the middle of your day to break up the monotony. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one, Jerry. Any tips? I was actually thinking this as well, for opening up the hips.
Yes, there's definitely practices we can do to open up the hips. From a chair, it is more difficult than if we were doing a regular yoga practice. Just kind of like rewind, going there in my brain where those exercises are stored. Depending on your level of flexibility, you could extend one leg forward and bring an ankle just above the knee and just rest a hand on the knee here and just allow the hip to kind of relax open. If you have more open hips, you can bring that left foot, in this case, my left foot, flat to the floor and do the work here. Again, these are stages of ability, but if you're able to, you could even fold over that leg, and that really gets into the hip. There's also some things I do, like just hip shakes, like I'll just lift a heel and just kind of shake it from back to forth a little bit, just helping to get that going. And then for strengthening, one thing that I love to do is I love to, with one foot on the ground, lift the other knee toward my chest and just play around with extending and pulling in the leg. And if we do another chair yoga class with Aptus, I'll maybe throw in some hip exercises for you as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Let's see.
Yeah.
We got, okay, what can you do when you do this and your knee points up higher than in a relaxed state? Let's see.
So,
to get tighter, or I didn't realize how tight they were. Yes, I understand that. When you do this and your knee points up higher than a relaxed state, apparently I'm too tight. I think maybe she says her other knee on top of the other one.
Oh, so like this?
Oh,
like
yeah.
This knee is like,
Mine sticks way
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's totally normal. Like, do not compare yourself to me. I do yoga like 5 times a week, and I've been doing this for 15 years. Like, don't look at me for that. One thing I would recommend doing is having the bottom leg forward and just working here. Because like the knee is probably still going to point up a bit. And what happens is that over time, the hip will relax. The hips teach us patience because they don't like to be rushed. And so you can actually hold on to the ankle like I'm doing here and just rest a palm on top of the knee, however high it is. And over time, it'll start to relax. It'll start to relax a little bit. Patience is what you're going to need when you're working with the hips because they don't like to be rushed. They do not like to be rushed. That's my advice there. Be patient with yourself.
I understand. Yes, totally. And I think sitting all does not help with that. So yeah, it's important.
No, sitting tight. Yeah, sitting tightens the hips. There's many reasons why the hips are tight, especially in our culture. You know, our bodies biologically aren't supposed to sit in chairs as often as we do. We're supposed to be like a squatting people. And when we squat a lot, our hips are nice and open. So there are things we can do to help counter pose, if you will, some of those exercises or some of those habitual movements. And so sometimes like even as I'm working, I'll sit like this or like this just to like give that hip some time. Usually one is tighter than the other. Like I'm doing the second side here and this knee is much higher than it was on the other side. I tend to favor the other one. That's why. So yeah, it's good awareness. And definitely if we do this again, I'll throw in some hip exercises so we can have those as well for our use.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I can already say I'm sure we will be doing this again. So
definitely. Good. All right. Any other questions coming through?
Cool. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're good. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ping us on the side. We can give you Jerry's contact information directly as well. And
I'm happy to answer.
Cool. And stay tuned for the next one. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Brooke. Thank you, everybody at Aptus. Thank you, everybody who had joined. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. But until then, take care.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks,
You're
Jerry.
welcome.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you,
welcome.
Jerry. Thank you, Brooke. It's Millicent.
Hi, thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to the next one.
Yeah. Us
Definitely,
too.
definitely.
Thanks.
And okay, cool. I was gonna say, Jerry, do you want to type in your information, or I can try to find it? But if we want to put it in the chat real quick,
Yeah,
you can also
I'll type it.
on the side too. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like up in your face right now. Yeah, my information, I'm typing it in right now.
Okay, cool.
The best way to get a hold of me, honestly, is just to go through to my website. It has a lot of information about me on there, and including my email address and all of my offerings and all that good stuff. I'm looking at all the thank yous right now. Yay. Oh, you're all so sweet. Great. All right. Well, I'm signing off, but thank you everybody for being here and sharing. And oh, Josie says the first time attempting anything yoga-ish. Yay! Yay! I'm glad. I'm glad that we could break you in this way.
We'll see you at the next one.
Yep, we'll see you at the next one. Michelle's asking, will this be repeated?
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next one.
Thank you.
Good. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
You too. Thanks, Jerry.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.